Do you remember the moment you stopped believing in magic? Not the kind with wands and spells, but the magic of believing you could do anything, be anyone? In the last video, we uncovered how life buries our childhood dreams under layers of responsibility. Today, we're not just unearthing those dreams, we're showing you how to make them come true. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact tools to pursue your dreams using the 5% rule and finally take control of your purpose. Stay with me, this could change everything. When I was 8, I used to play with my pets in the backyard of my house. My dog Max and cat Whiskers were my partners in crime. Max was the fearless knight, Whiskers the wise wizard, and I, the ruler of our backyard kingdom. In that phase of my life, my dreams were really wild, like becoming an astronaut, being a superhero, exploring the Amazon. It was like I had no limits, no bills, just pure electric possibility. But then, life hit like a thunderstorm. School, rent, groceries, that dream of exploring the Amazon, replaced by spreadsheets, the superhero stuff, drowned out by Zoom meetings. Now, I know that I'm not the only person in this world who had that kind of dream in my childhood and then could not achieve it at all. Scientists say that 94% of adults abandon childhood dreams, not because we're lazy, but because we're trapped in the survival loop. Work, eat, sleep, and repeat. It's like running on a hamster wheel that's slowly stealing your soul. But what happens when someone dares to step off that wheel, even for just a few minutes a day? Let me introduce you to Sarah. Sarah was a teacher who dreamed of starting a YouTube channel, not for fame, but to share her love of science with the world. But between grading papers and parent meetings, she barely had time to breathe. Moreover, when she would discuss her dream with anyone, they would say, "YouTube, that's for kids," or "Who's going to watch a teacher's channel?" So she shelved the idea entirely, convincing herself it was just a silly fantasy. But what if Sarah's dream didn't have to die? What if there was a way to pursue it without spending her entire life? For years, Sarah kept thinking she had to choose stability or creativity. Then she discovered the 5% rule. It says that you don't need to quit your job. Just spend 5% of your day, that's just 12 minutes, on what lights you up. For Sarah, filming one 60-second experiment during lunch, editing clips while her coffee brewed. The 5% rule is powerful, but it only works if you follow a few key principles. First, you need to define that 5% clearly. Instead of vague goals like work on my book, set specific targets like write 50 words. Next, treat this time as non-negotiable, no pushing it off for later. Finally, celebrate those small wins as they release dopamine, reinforcing the habit and boosting motivation. As a result, this approach not only builds momentum, but also transforms small daily efforts into meaningful progress, helping you confidently pursue and achieve your long-term dreams. But what makes this method so counterintuitive, and why do most people struggle to stick to it? Let's dive deeper. Humans are wired for instant gratification. Spending just 12 minutes a day on something feels trivial, compared to binge-watching Netflix or scrolling through TikTok for hours. But here's the thing. Unlike passive consumption, these tiny deliberate actions compound over time. Imagine writing 100 words every day. That's 36,500 words in a year, enough for a full novel. Or consider editing for just 5 minutes daily. That adds up to 30 hours of editing in a year, enough to polish an entire manuscript. But how does this play out in real life? Let's return to Sarah's story. Remember those clips Sarah started making? Well, they turned into a full-fledged channel with 500,000 subscribers. Pretty amazing, right? But here's why it really works. Your brain is like Google Maps. The more you type in, "I'm a creator," the more it starts highlighting hidden paths for you. Maybe it's a trending hashtag, a collaboration offer, or even a viral moment. It's not magic, it's science. These tiny actions are literally rewiring your brain's GPS. This isn't just about managing your time better, it's about managing your identity. Every time you dedicate those 12 minutes to your passion, you're sending a powerful message to your brain. This matters. Over time, this shifts your self-perception from "I wish I could do this" to "I am someone who does this." It's a subtle but profound change. So how can you apply this powerful principle to your own life? Now let's get practical about achieving that deeply buried goal of yours. I want you to grab your phone or a pen and paper and write down one childhood dream that you miss. Maybe you wanted to make video games. Ask yourself, what's the smallest step I can take today to move towards this dream? It could be coding for 10 minutes, sketching a character design, or watching a Unity tutorial. Remember, this isn't about fame or recognition. It's about reconnecting with your inner self. That kid who believed they could move mountains. But watch out for the villain, I like to call it, all or nothing thinking. It's that voice that says, if I can't be the next PewDiePie, why even try? That's like saying, if I can't eat the whole pizza, I might as well starve. The 5% rule crushes this kind of thinking. It reminds us that imperfect progress beats perfect paralysis every single time. But how do we actually put this into practice? Let's break it down further. Sarah didn't build her channel overnight. It started with one clip, then another. The magic isn't in finishing your novel or launching a business in 12 minutes. It's in tricking your brain into starting. Think of the frogs from our earlier story, trapped in their well, believing it was their entire universe. Now, here's your escape plan. Picture 2 buckets in your life. Bucket 1 holds the things you have to do: work, bills, laundry. Bucket 2 contains what you love to do: gaming, coding, or DIY projects. Each day, steal just 5 minutes from bucket 1 and invest it in bucket 2. It might seem small, but these actions compound over time. Writing 100 words a day adds up to a novel in a year. Editing for 5 minutes daily gives you 30 hours annually, enough to polish a manuscript. If even 5% feels overwhelming, start smaller. Try the 1% rule. Spend just 2 to 3 minutes on something. Floss 1 tooth, write 1 sentence, or code 1 line. Or use anchor habits, tying your new routine to an existing one, for example, sketching for 5 minutes right after brewing your coffee. Here's the truth. Joy isn't a luxury, it's oxygen. Feed your dreams crumbs, and they'll grow roots. Sarah found balance as both a teacher and creator because she made room for both. Now it's your turn. What's your 5% move? Maybe it's starting a podcast, learning graphic design, or building a retro arcade cabinet. Share it in the comments and join this rebellion of dreamers. The 5% rule isn't about managing time, it's about managing identity. You're not wasting those 12 minutes. You're telling your brain, this matters. Over time, that rewires self-perception from I wish to I do. Now here's a challenge for you. Try the 5% rule for 7 days. If you accept this challenge, comment down below, challenge accepted, followed by the dream you're going to work on. Let's see how many of you can commit to just 12 minutes a day for your dreams. If it doesn't work, you've lost just 84 minutes. But if it does, you've gained a lifelong superpower. What do you think about this approach? Is it too simple to be effective? Or could it be the key to unlocking your potential? Share your thoughts and your 7-day goal in the comments. Let's build a community of dreamers and doers. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Smash that bell icon to get notified about more videos like these. And hey, we all know someone who's been putting their dreams on hold because they're caught up in the rat race. Share this video with that friend who needs a little push to chase their goals. Together, we can break free from the daily grind and start living our dreams, 5% at a time. And especially for the book lovers out there, I've hidden a special treat in the description. Check out my top picks that could transform your approach to habits and goal setting.